Now, folks, if you'll just gather around a little closer now. Come right in a little closer. That's it. That's fine, folks.
All right, let's go, because you know what I came in to do.
I don't get paid for overtime. I'm here to fight.
Did Wilder say he could put Tyson Fury in jail for cheating, but he chose not to because he would have scuppered a payday? Then he told us that he's not cool with Tyson Fury because he doesn't condone cheating. If Fury is still living in Wilder's head, and it appears this is the case, the Robert HELENIUS fight goes from a relatively safe comeback to a potential banana skin. It really does. I mean, Tyson Fury could be doing half of Robert HELENIUS' work. This sport isn't a joke. You need total focus. Total focus. You know, I didn't want to put him in jail because that's not something a warrior does. He wanted to take matters into his own hand and make him pay that way. If you didn't want to put him in jail, you wouldn't have ranted and raved about how he cheated and been a total sore loser about the whole thing, right? If you're really saying you had evidence that could put him in jail, but you didn't want to put him in jail, you wouldn't have said nothing. The ranting and raving then amounts to dry snitching. Because if there was anything suspicious about Fury's performance, Wilder ranting and raving about it would have then led to an investigation. So this is all nonsense he's talking here. Plus, you know, like, you're going to let this man put egg weights in his glove and so it can flap up and down and whatnot. So he could injure another boxer in the ring. So your response is to leave it and let him injure another boxer in the ring. I mean, I can't take it serious. I can't take it serious, man. The cynic in me thinks perhaps this is just a way to draw attention to his fight against HELENIUS. And if that's what he's got to do, I guess that's what he's going to do.
Check this out. This is how gangster Bob Arum is. Tyson Fury is not technically free of Bob Arum's clutches until he has 2 more fights in America.
Yes.
And he can't. And guess where my man is banned from traveling?
Right. Well, he basically got his career locked up. Yeah.
He got a lot. No, that's not classic Bob Arum. I don't know what it is. That sounds exactly like my man right there. He locked him up. He locked him up, didn't he, Beats? He got him in.
He got 2 more fights in America.
Oh, look, you can't fight in America. Isn't that a shame? Isn't that a shame?
He literally can't get out of the contract.
Exactly. That's exactly
and he can't fight. So he's got 2 more fights in America and he can't get out of the contract.
Yep.
And he can't come to America.
Yeah, no, but in other words, every move Tyson Fury makes, Bob Arum is getting a piece for the foreseeable future. That's what I'm saying. That's Bob, bro.
Bob got him pimped out.
And if you think that's by accident, you are a naive human being. Bob knew exactly what the hell he was doing, right, Beats?
Yeah. Did he have that clause?
Bro, but you pointed out, Beats, you pointed out how he started blabbing about the Kinahan thing way back and drawing attention to it that wasn't necessary. And you were wondering, like, why is Bob doing that? I think now we know the answer.
Right.
Because he knew.
Right.
See, Bob.
The Kinahan, yeah?
Yeah. So now he's got Fury for life, bro. Right. Technically speaking.
Bob's a motherfucker, bro.
I'm telling you, bro.
Kinahan, he set up base in the UAE, Dubai, pulling strings over there. But it looks like Eddie Hearn, with a more legit approach, let's say, he's running things in the UAE while Daniel is probably hiding for cover over there. I don't know if he's been extradited or what. November the 5th, Dimitri Bivol will defend against Gilberto Zerdo Ramirez at the Etihad Arena. That's Bivol's WBA light heavyweight title on the line. And it's the first of the new Champions Series, this card. It's called the Champions Series. Very good card. Joe Cordina takes on Zavat Rakimov. If I didn't do well with the Christian name, forgive me. And Chantal Cameron takes on Jessica McCaskill. McCaskill, I believe, is dropping down to super lightweight to challenge Chantal for a super lightweight straps. Interesting. Especially as Jessica is undisputed welterweight champion. 2 defeats on the bounce for AJ. He doesn't deserve a shot at the world title. He doesn't. Just like Deontay Wilder shouldn't be ranked number 1, and he hasn't won a fight since 2019. This is what you call perspective. I'm an AJ fan. You're a Wilder fan. So what? Fix the sport. You fix the sport by getting your mind right and not being a mindless fanboy. The Undisputed Heavyweight Championship is what a real boxing fan will be pushing for. Let AJ rehabilitate himself and get back in the title picture. Former IBF Light middleweight champion Ishe Smith said, "This man is trying to mentally bully AJ into a fight at the end of November or first week of December. In no way should Joshua be fighting that quick." USYK said, "Fuck you. I need to relax and heal my body and mind. This shit is crazy." So he's saying that Tyson Fury is trying to take advantage of Anthony Joshua, who just fought USYK and lost late August, coming off 2 losses on the bounce to USYK, by getting him in the ring on December the 3rd or November the 12th. Not prepared to wait until December the 17th. And then you have USYK, who has the 3 belts, has beat AJ twice on the bounce. Tyson Fury is not prepared to wait until March to fight USYK. He's claiming he needs to fight AJ in either mid-November or December the 3rd to give himself more time to prepare to fight USYK early 2023. But anyone who believes that Bob Arum is that stupid, Bob Arum said he's going to massacre AJ, I'm going to guarantee any Tyson Fury fan, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be one of Fury's toughest fights. And nobody in their right mind, with an undisputed fight with so much on the line, is going to use Anthony Joshua as a tune-up and say, I'm going to be ready to fight in March after fighting Joshua in December. That's illogical. Anyone who tries to say Joshua is that much of a stepping stone is a nut job. A lot of people have said that AJ is cowardly and won't accept the challenge, but from what I'm reading in the Daily Mirror, Anthony Joshua is ready to accept the December the 3rd date. Now, here's one to force the Tyson Fury fans into ad hominem attacks on the author of this video. Yeah, if Fury needs to sharpen up his skills to fight USYK, why is he choosing until December when he last fought in April, 5 months ago? He didn't take no punishment against DILLIAN. So rather than get a tune-up in August or September, he's waited until November or December, early December, 8 months after fighting DILLIAN. He called out Derek Chisora. Then it was Manuel Chard and the guy from Game of Thrones. And you mean to tell me he couldn't finalize one fight with all the talking he does online? And then the 2 fights he claims he's trying to make recently, whether it's against USYK or AJ, he's trying to manipulate the date or when the fights take place. He says he wants to fight Joshua in November so he can fight USYK in March. When is the last time Tyson has fought twice consecutively within 3 months of each fight? Especially at this level of competition. Why didn't you get this tune-up in August, September? Get your tune-up and get ready for the winner of AJ and USYK, knowing that you're going to face the winner New Year. So I'm not a Fury fan, so I don't buy into it. Maybe this is the only way that him and Frank Warren can sell a USYK Fury fight. But if you take your tune-up fight at the appropriate time, you don't have to disrespect your fellow rivals. Yeah, you can call them DOS or this and that, but trying to make out that they're scared to fight is ridiculous. You've offered both AJ and both USYK questionable deadlines, at the least questionable, in a lot of people's minds, ridiculous really. It's straight out of the Deontay Wilder, Shelley Finkel playbook. Take the date or the offer's going to explode and the world's going to be destroyed. Stop it. Come on, man. Come on. Frank, come on. Boxing Social are hinting that DILLIAN could take his free agent status over to BENN SHALOM and end a long working relationship with Eddie Hearn, at least temporarily. BENN SHALOM, DILLIAN deserves the most money at this stage of his career. Boxing Social are saying DILLIAN is likely to confirm a new broadcast partner sooner rather than later as he looks to return to the ring. I mean, who else is it going to be? I don't see him signing with Frank Warren, although business is business and they've had a lot of crosswords. But if the business is right, anything can happen. He's 34 years of age, and BENN SHALOM has been discussing the possibility of White joining their Evergreen stable. Well, they say Evergreen stable. They haven't updated their website recently. Who can DILLIAN possibly fight if he goes over there? I don't know who Jamie TKV is, or Nick Campbell. Is that the Scottish guy who won the Scottish title the other day? Not the other day, the other month, against Jay McFarland, I believe. They got Huey Fury, who's going to take on Michael Hunter soon. They got Fraser Clark. A little early in the day, I think, for Fraser and Huey. That's a possibility. That is a possibility. Providing he comes through the Michael Hunter fight. They've also got Joseph Parker, who's not listed here, like they got to do an update. He takes on Joe Joyce. If he gets through Joyce, that could be a rematch there. Quite a lucrative fight, I would imagine, for Sky and Boxer XX. Of course, we'll keep track of the progress of this story. Let me see how it goes. I'm watching the DAZN highlights of Estrada Cortez. And, whew, yo, they're lighting the ring up. Both men. Really good fight, man. Really good fight. And a lot of people seem to be suggesting that Estrada is past it, washed up. But he's fighting a young guy, 27. Estrada's 32. You know how the Mexicans roll in the lower weights. This guy's never been stopped in 20 plus fights. His only losses before the Estrada fight have been 4-rounders a few years back. He had nothing to lose. Cortez's record didn't suggest he was a big puncher, but he hit hard enough. He got Estrada's attention, let's just say that. And he fought like he had nothing to lose. And he can fight. This doesn't tell me anything. Sometimes the hardest thing is to put a young, ambitious, hungry fighter in his place like that. Especially if they're ambitious on the big stage. He may have underestimated this kid. This is a difficult fight to take. From what I saw, really good fight though. So all roads head to Roman Gonzalez next? Is that what's going on? Do not predict the result of the Roman Gonzalez rubber match on what you saw there. This is a totally different fight. This kid, he was fighting, was boxing, was counterpunching from the back foot. And don't get me wrong, when he had to go toe-to-toe, he wasn't exactly shy to exchange. But it's a totally different style from Roman Gonzalez. Cortez, his punches are wider and longer than Roman's, less compact, but effective all the same. There could have been an upset on the cards, but Gaio, he's good at making adjustments. He started cutting the ring off more effectively and found a home for that lead right hand. And that produced a knockdown in the 7th. Cortez came back hard and both men landed good punches, great exchanges. But Gaio kept hold of his WBC belt. Good fight. They're saying that he shouldn't go anywhere near Bam Rodriguez, and I'm not going to slate anyone who says that Bam is looking the goods, but we want to see all the fights, don't we? We want to see these fights and see how they play out. We don't just want to give people victories without them earning them in the ring. I have no doubt that Eddie will be using Cortez again, and the fans will welcome it 100%. When we first saw Eubank in a boxing ring, Chris Eubank Jr., he didn't smile at all. Nowhere. And I saw him doing an interview the other month, and I can't quite remember why he said he didn't smile, but the older he's got, he said he's enjoying the moment more. So you see him smile more. And today, you can see his evolution as a human. And Conor Ben was the perfect foil. Young hothead. And Eubank, who would have known it, is one of the funniest geezers out there. Eubank is hilarious. Eubank said abstinence before a fight builds up testosterone. But he said he takes Conor so lightly that he would abstain from sex for 8 weeks for Golovkin and Canelo, 4 weeks for Billy Joe Saunders, 1 week for Jake Paul, and 2 weeks for Conor Ben. Very funny. Very funny. And then when Conor replied to him after one exchange and said, "So what, you think I'm a walk in a park?" He said, "Like a nice summer's day." And what it is, it's the timing. He just like, I thought he was funny anyway. I thought he was hilarious. Yeah, I mean, who would have known? I'm not in America, so I can't gauge the buzz for Canelo Triple G3. But I don't feel the energy online. Obviously, it could be different walking through America asking people about the fight, but don't get me wrong, the Triple G Murata fight was exciting, but he didn't look at his best. It was exciting though, but Murata is limited. He is limited. Since the last Canelo fight, what was that, 4 years or so ago? apart from Derevyanchenko, he's basically sat around waiting for the Canelo fight, fighting guys like Steve Rolls and the other European dude. Canelo's coming off a loss. Really looked lethargic. But, you know, Bivol was a good winner. The DAZN pay-per-view platform will be tested. People are going to be looking at what kind of numbers it does. The T-Mobile was more or less sold out in July. And what's that, a 19,000 arena. So it's going to be packed out. It is for the undisputed super middleweight title. Undisputed. But the shine has been taken off that, I think, from Canelo losing at light heavy. If this was in the 60s or 70s, people wouldn't have batted an eyelid that he moved up a weight class and tried to succeed there, and it didn't work out. But these days, you have to wonder, will that have a knock-on effect on what Canelo can draw for this fight here? How does Golovkin perform at 168? He's been a career middleweight. Although at amateur level, he would have weighed in, 165 middleweight at amateur? There was a stage in his career where he was talking about potential fights for Golovkin against Carl Froch and Andre Ward at 168. I think he's just been able to make 160, defend his belts, and unless there was an offer that he liked, he wasn't going to move up. The negatives for Golovkin: he didn't even look likely to slip some of them shots that Murata was landing. He's 40 years of age, he's fought twice since 2019, while Canelo has fought, since he fought Kovalev, 3 fights at super middleweight, 3 title fights at super middleweight, where he took belts consecutively and became undisputed. Yildirim and Dimitri Bivol. Like, quality and quantity, match fitness and sharpness must be in Canelo's favour. Plus, he's 8 years younger. That's why some people are predicting a stoppage for Canelo. Golovkin must forget all this Mexican style shit. He must work behind his jab, high guard, and not let Canelo get off first. I believe he makes it a competitive fight and is capable of winning it. But he's slowing down, and Canelo would have studied them body shots that Derevyanchenko threw. Murata was very effective to the body against Golovkin. His Triple G ripe for the picking. Canelo's favourite. Canelo is favourite to win it. He's a favourite to win it. I think points, either a close points decision or maybe lopsided if Golovkin is just an aging fighter. Not that he's a bad fighter, just an aging fighter against a younger elite fighter. So no shame in that at all. I'm picking Canelo to win on points. But don't sleep on Golovkin putting up a battle. $64.99 pay-per-view pricing in the United States for current subscribers, $84.99 for new subscribers. In Canada, $64.99 for current, $88.98 for new. In the UK, the fight will cost £9.99 for current subscribers, that's my demographic, and £17.98 for new subscribers. Now, I know I'm very unpopular amongst my fellow UK brethren. I'm not complaining about paying £9.99 for an undisputed fight at 5 a.m. I'm going to get myself rested in the day because you guys know I'm ancient. And I'll be ready. I'll be ready and up for it. £9.99 for this fight. That's all right for me. That's all right. I know Golovkin is good for a good fight. I know some people think that I'm a Golovkin hater. I'm actually a Golovkin fan. I just can't run with some of the bullshit. Simple. You could argue that since they're getting all that pay-per-view money in America, or trying to get all that pay-per-view money in America, we should be getting it for free. But $9.99 is just maybe a sign of things to come as well. And trust me, I ain't loaded. Here's what I'm looking out for on the undercard. Bam Rodriguez is getting a run out against Israel Gonzalez. I don't know how good he is. I'm not going to look at his numbers too much. Some people say he can fight a little. I get a bit hyped up when Bam's on the scene. Bad fighter. Ali Akhmedov. He takes on Gabe Rosado. Could be a good fight. LaRon Richards is a mug, thinking he's above taking a fight like that. You know, you had a chance to fight on arguably the biggest card of the year, and you started complaining and whining about fighting Akhmedov on this card here, and Gabe Rosado took the fight. And now LaRon Richards has left Matchroom, hasn't been signed yet. He will get signed, but you notice no one's rushed. No one's rushed and said, oh, we got to pick up LaRon. Dumb move. I do like the Austin, Ammo Williams, Kieran Conway fight as well. I do. I'm looking forward to the card. I'm looking forward.